art. Art is a very subjective form of media. What is art? What do you define as art? I define art as anything anyone puts effort into. Anything can be considered art. From a painting on the wall to the tile in your bathroom floor. If it's made to look nice and the right amount of work is put into it, it can be art. And with that in mind, video games. Video games are one of my most favorite art forms because it can sprout true creativity. And the art style specifically of video games is very interesting and I like to look at it. Enter Bethesda. Bethesda is known for making some of the best RPGs in the industry. And so I decided to ask the question, how good or consistent is the art styles in their RPGs, specifically their 3D ones, from Morrowind all the way to Starfield? This will be a question I'm going to answer. How we're going to do this is see how good the art style of these games is and how well they match the themes and craftsmanships of the games themselves. Now, I will not be reviewing them, nor will I be basing the art style on how good the game is. If the game could be the best game ever made, but if the art style sucks, then it's going in F tier. And speaking of, I'm going to be putting them in a tier list after I talk about the art styles and what I think. And then at the end of the video, I will be discussing and just seeing how well they stack up and what or how consistent the art styles are in Bethesda games. So without further ado, let's begin. Also, quick thing, art is subjective. Maybe you see something I don't, or maybe you see something I said and you see it a different way. And like I said, art is very subjective, and that's the beauty of it. You can interpret it however you want. Now again, without further ado, let's begin.
Get yourself up on deck and let's keep this as civil as possible.
You're a very rude person. The way you treat Sarah Huckabee is horrible. And the way you treat other people are horrible. You shouldn't treat people that way.
Finally arrived.
Morrowind. What a beautiful game, honestly. Just don't look at the models. But it is a beautiful game, seriously. The game, like the environments are stunning. The models are a bit rough, but the environments sure make up for it, especially for being on an original Xbox. It looks fairly good. And right away, I can tell that the art style for the Elder Scrolls series is going for a more realistic look. Now, I don't necessarily not like going for a realistic look, but I do much prefer what I like to call color contrasting. Basically, it's where certain colors pop, and it really helps distinguish the game. I mean, well, Morrowind doesn't really need distinguishing because, well, I mean, its graphics sure make up for that. But I mean, if I look at a picture, let's say Morrowind had better looking graphics like Skyrim, and I put it next to Skyrim, I think they would look the same. It's not that I'm not a big fan, it's just that I don't think I would distinguish the the games from each other. But honestly, I am more impressed that they got this on an original Xbox. Granted, there was some sacrifices that had to be made. The colors are very muted and it's very foggy. But who knows, maybe that matches the tone of the game. In all honesty, I have not played Morrowind that much, though I do want to play it when I get the time. So, Morrowind will be going into B tier. The models are goofy, and again, I would like it to pop more, but it still looks good. And again, this isn't a review of the game itself, just the art style. And also, if you hear stuff in the background, my apologies. Alrighty, on with the next one.
Snow. We need more snow. Can't have enough snow.
Indeed.
Oblivion. Now this one, in my opinion, is way better looking. Well, it is way better looking, but it has a better art style as well. Oblivion, let's just get the models out of the way. The faces are hit or miss. There are some that do look good, but sometimes they're either too wide or too narrow. But besides that, finally, something that I was talking about last time, they have color contrasting, specifically with Tamriel and Oblivion. The contrast of colors between the two. Now, I know you're not in Tamriel in the game. Technically, you're in a different city, but I don't care. I'm still gonna call it Tamriel. Anyways, the color contrasting between the two is very interesting. You see, Tamriel is very green and white. Very beautiful. The green and white really pop from this game. It makes it look alive, almost. Whereas in Oblivion, it is very dark and red and orange. There's a great contrast between the two, obviously showing that Oblivion is an evil dimension. And Tamriel is a beautiful landmass. I don't know how to say that. I think it's Citadel. Yeah, I haven't played Oblivion too much either. I do want to play that more. I do own the map though. Fun fact. But anyways, this game is beautiful. Besides the models, it's one of the prettiest games, if not the prettiest game on this list. And I can't wait to sink my teeth into it when I finally just get my back catalog all flushed out. But as of right now, it is going in A tier. Beautiful game. The art style matches the themes of the game, and the art pops. If it wasn't for the models being hit or miss, it would be an S tier. Beautiful game.
Degenerates like you belong on a cross.
Fallout 3 and New Vegas. I decided to lump these two together because they are practically similar. They are practically the same game. Well, not in like story and all that, but you know what I mean. Graphically speaking. Now, I have heard complaints about these games that they don't look good, and that they don't like the filters that they have, orange and green respectively. Green for Fallout 3 and orange for New Vegas. What do I say? I say these games are the reason why this list was made. These games encapsulate Fallout. The art style is drab, lifeless, and bland, and that is perfect for Fallout. It basically encapsulates what Fallout is. It is a bland wasteland full of death and destruction. It just feels really, really, like Fallout. Feels desolate. And the filters really add an extra punch. It makes the game, the two games specifically stand out. Like if I show a picture of Fallout 3 and then New Vegas, you can tell the difference. The green filter obviously represents radiation, whereas the orange filter represents, I think, a more western atmosphere. That's just my opinion. Either way, though, they both encapsulate what Fallout is, and the models are way, way, way more consistent than Oblivion's. Honestly, S tier, both games. These are the quality that I want in future Fallout games. Let's hope they can stick this landing with the next Fallout game. But first, we gotta look at the best game on this list.
Wait, I know you. The only mistake was you showing your face. That's something I'm supposed to deliver. Never should have come.
Ha, I'm joking. Haha, Skyrim. You know. No, I actually do love Skyrim. But we're not here to talk about the game, we're here to talk about the art style. And the art style is very similar to Morrowind's, which is kind of disappointing to me. The colors, I mean, they do look nice, and they look a lot brighter than in Morrowind. But that's, you know, that's about it. There's no color contrast like in Oblivion. And Oblivion's was very beautiful. Here, it's fine. The contrast looks good. I mean, the game overall looks pretty good and can look amazing at times. But honestly, it brings me a little disappointment that there's no color contrast or whatever. The models do look great, however. Honestly, this game still looks really good, even though it kind of got rid of what I liked. This is an A tier. Time to talk about Fallout 4. Fallout 4. Oh boy. And we'll throw 76 in there because it has the same issue. Fallout 4 and 76, which I'll just use Fallout 4, for some reason had a good thing, right? Fallout 3 and New Vegas had them have a good thing. But guess what they did? They decided to throw it all away just to look nice. Fallout isn't supposed to look nice. These games are colorful and pretty, but it's not supposed to be. These games are supposed to be nasty looking and very drab. That's something that 3 and New Vegas understood. Here, however, it feels like they just wanted to make a pretty looking game. Which, I mean, that works with another game on this list. But not here. This is about a wasteland. People died. The land is purged, right? It's purged from life because of nuclear explosions. But no, everything is super colorful. I don't want to talk about this anymore because it just makes me disappointed. Like, especially from Fallout 3 and New Vegas, those two had high highs. Like, the highs for those two games were so up there. And I knew it wasn't going to be as good, but holy crap, was this disappointing. I mean, the game looks great. That's what stops it from going in D or F tier. But for how it represents the worlds that they're in, it is an instant D or C tier. Very disappointing. Now, time to go on to everyone's favorite game. Now, it's no secret that if you've been on my channel, you know I enjoyed this game a lot, but I will not let it cloud my judgment. Starfield. So how does the art style represent Starfield? Does it represent it good, or does it fall flat? Well, honestly, it is hard to truly say, because Starfield is a new IP. So technically this game sets the standard for what a Starfield game in the future should look like. But how does this art style fit? Honestly, I like it, like a lot. Finally, the color contrast is back, ladies and gentlemen. They brought back specific color enhancements, specifically white and blue, as I've noticed while playing the game. White and blue are brought out more than any other color, which of course is a reference to space and the stars, but also the spaceships and NASA themselves. I really like that. It really fits the NASA punk theme of the game. And also, I really like how when you go to planets, there's a heavy color contrast for each planet that has a certain emphasis on color. Like, for example, I remember going to an orange planet, and guess what? Everywhere was orange. I think even the sky had a hint of orange, which was pretty cool, and I really enjoyed it. I really enjoy when games do that, have different color styles for planets or different locations. And also, the models, you know, are really good. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention the models of Fallout 4, and they're fine. But the models are really good for the essential NPCs. But I mean, well, it's no secret that the non-essential NPCs are hit or miss. But yeah, honestly, Starfield has a great art style. Think what you will about the game, but the art style is very good and the game is very pretty. To deny that, you're literally huffing copium beyond your wildest dreams. But where is this gonna place? A tier, but high A tier in my opinion. I can already sense, the reason why it's not S is because I can already sense your finger hovering over the dislike button. So yes, I'm not ignorant. I will put it in A tier, but a high A tier, at least give me that.
I'm gonna make video games and everyone's gonna play them. Like, you dork, go back to the chess club. Who's laughing now? Yes, I was in the chess.
In conclusion, what have we discovered? This is the tier list, by the way. Honestly, the games, there's more A tiers than there are anywhere else. But the highs of the art styles are very high, but the lows are, I mean, not crazy low. They're pretty good. I would give Bethesda's art design a B plus maybe. Because while yes, you know, Fallout 4 was a very big low, but not crazy low, and it still looked pretty nice, and the models weren't ugly. Well, to me anyways. But besides that, Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas are the standouts. Very beautiful games in their own right. Maybe not physically to us, but as someone who appreciates art style in video games, it looks pretty good. Well, that is the end of the video. Thank you for watching. And, you know, if you enjoyed, do the stuff. And, well, this was a little project for me. And I'm glad you all enjoyed it. So I will see you all later. Goodbye.